Picture this. The sun is rising over the autobahns of Germany. Families in cities from Paris to Shanghai are bustling to get their kids to school, and all across Europe and China, there's an undeniable craving for something new on the road. People want a car that's spacious enough for epic family adventures, efficient enough to glide through tight city streets, and affordable enough to keep monthly budgets in check. But what if the answer isn't the latest high-riding SUV? What if Volkswagen, a brand with a legacy stretching back almost a century, is quietly engineering the grand return of the ultimate family hauler, the multi-purpose vehicle, or MPV, reinvented as a futuristic, fully electric machine? Let's hit the rewind button for a moment. Not that long ago, the MPV was king of the family car world. Think about the Volkswagen Touran, a nameplate that, since its debut in the early 2000s, has sold more than 2,600,000 units in Europe alone. The Touran symbolized everything practical car buyers wanted: a flexible cabin with seats for up to 7, clever storage nooks, and a reputation for bulletproof reliability. The MPV was the answer for soccer parents, road trippers, taxi drivers, and anyone who valued utility over flash. But then, a seismic shift happened. The SUV craze swept through the automotive landscape like a tidal wave, fueled by bold marketing, a thirst for adventure, and the irresistible allure of that commanding, elevated driving position. Suddenly, the world's roads were awash with crossovers and SUVs, and the humble MPV was left to gather dust in the dealership's corner. The Touran and its peers, once the pride of the family garage, saw their sales tumble as buyers flocked to vehicles that promised both style and substance. Yet, beneath the surface, a quiet revolution was brewing. The rise of the electric vehicle, or EV, has begun to topple old certainties and open doors that many thought were closed for good. The age of zero-emissions driving has created a window for the MPV to make a spectacular comeback, this time as a cutting-edge, planet-friendly people mover packed with the latest technology. Fast forward to today, inside Volkswagen's legendary Wolfsburg headquarters, where the first Beetle rolled off the line nearly a century ago, engineers and designers are dusting off old blueprints and brainstorming the future. They're revisiting concepts like the Bud E from 2016 and the Bully from 2011, both radical visions of what a modern-day microbus could become. The question burning in every meeting room: can a new electric MPV, built on Volkswagen's next-generation MEB Plus platform, win back the hearts of families who have fallen head over heels for SUVs? The stakes could not be higher. The global MPV market is projected to skyrocket to more than $211 billion by the year 2031, expanding at a dizzying annual growth rate of over 11%. That's not just a statistic. It's a signal that families worldwide still crave the space and versatility that only an MPV can deliver. Meanwhile, industry analysts at UBS are forecasting that electric vehicles will account for nearly all car sales by the year 2040, transforming the entire automotive landscape. In other words, the race to capture the new generation of family buyers is on, and the winners will define the future of mobility for decades. Volkswagen's playbook is ambitious. Their goal, to bring to market an electric MPV that's smaller, lighter, and more affordable than the stylish but pricey ID Buzz. This new model would be built on the company's advanced MEB Plus architecture, promising up to 700 kilometers of real-world range and ultra-fast charging speeds that rival today's best smartphones. Think charging from 10% to 80% in barely 30 minutes. As Matthias Erb, Volkswagen's chief technology officer, puts it, "Our modular electric drive matrix is a key factor in the success of our electric offensive." Crucially, Volkswagen is betting big on a shift to LFP battery technology. LFP, short for lithium iron phosphate, batteries are not only safer and longer lasting than traditional chemistries, but they can also slash battery costs by as much as half compared to older NMC batteries. This is a game changer for affordability. And with plans to cut EV production times by a full 30% and reduce material costs by 40%, Volkswagen is aiming to bring the electric MPV within reach of everyday families, not just wealthy early adopters. But the challenge ahead is formidable. First, there's the issue of price. Electric MPVs need to be affordable enough to tempt buyers who might otherwise settle for a gasoline-powered SUV. Second, there's the question of charging infrastructure. While Europe and China are racing to build out nationwide networks of high-speed chargers, the reality is that many families still worry about running out of juice on a long road trip or in the middle of the school run. And then there's the cultural mountain to climb. The SUV's image is deeply ingrained. The raised ride height, the sense of security, the promise of adventure, they're all qualities that have made SUVs the default choice for families, even if most never leave the pavement. As Sandy Munro, a leading automotive analyst, notes, LFP batteries offer a compelling combination of cost, safety, and durability. But the real question is, can Volkswagen design an electric MPV that people will actually want to buy, not just for rational reasons, but because it captures their imagination? To get a sense of what's possible, look to the competition. Chinese automakers like Zeekr are pushing the boundaries of MPV design. The Zeekr 009, for instance, packs a CATL Keelan battery that delivers more than 820 kilometers of range on a single charge, enough to drive from Berlin to Paris without stopping. It can even charge at a blistering 4C rate, meaning pit stops are measured in minutes, not hours. Meanwhile, the LEVC L380, designed in the United Kingdom, uses a skateboard chassis and cell-to-chassis battery tech for maximum interior space. Volvo's EM90 goes even further, focusing on luxury and tranquility with sound insulation and active noise cancellation to turn every journey into a serene retreat. But Volkswagen's advantage is its ability to democratize these innovations. By leveraging the scale of its MEB Plus platform, which will also underpin the upcoming ID2 and other models, VW can bring advanced features like bidirectional charging, ultra-quiet cabins, and flexible seating to a mainstream audience. Imagine an MPV that not only ferries your family to school or soccer practice, but can also power your home during a blackout, or even feed energy back into the grid when demand is high. The Zeekr Mix already offers bidirectional charging, hinting at a future where your car is an integral part of your household energy ecosystem. Let's paint a picture of what the near future could look like if Volkswagen greenlights the new electric MPV. Families could soon enjoy vehicles with upright silhouettes, short overhangs for easier parking, flat floors for walk-through cabins, and high rooflines that provide ample headroom for every passenger. Taxi fleets in Germany and China could replace their aging diesels with whisper-quiet, zero-emission shuttles that cost less to maintain and run. And road trips? No longer a logistical headache thanks to 700 kilometers of range, charging speeds of up to 200 kilowatts, and seats that fold, slide, or even swivel to create a mobile living room. The timing could be critical. If Volkswagen launches its electric MPV before the year 2026, it could seize a golden opportunity, as many rivals are still refining their own platforms. Chinese brands like Zeekr and LEVC are not standing still, however. They're introducing high-tech MPVs with features like digital cockpits, panoramic glass roofs, and advanced driver assistance. The race is on, and the winner will shape how families move for the next generation. Of course, there are headwinds. Battery costs, while trending down, remain volatile due to global supply chain disruptions and competition for raw materials. Building out enough charging stations, especially in rural areas, requires enormous investment and government support. And perhaps most importantly, Volkswagen must overcome decades of SUV marketing that equates ruggedness and style with desirability. But there's a wild card that could tip the scales: autonomous driving. As self-driving technology matures, the MPV could evolve from a mere people carrier into a true mobile living space. Imagine a vehicle where the seats can rotate for face-to-face conversation, where screens and entertainment options abound, and where the car itself becomes an extension of your home or office. Volvo's design chief recently remarked, "The MPV of tomorrow is not just a car, it's a moving space for life, work, or relaxation." In this world, the practical advantages of the MPV, space, comfort, flexibility, could finally outshine the SUV's style. For you, the viewer, why does all of this matter? If you're in the market for a new family car, you're standing at the threshold of a seismic shift. In just a few years, electric MPVs could offer a blend of affordability, efficiency, and sheer practicality that today's SUVs can't match. With battery costs for Volkswagen's next-gen models projected to drop by as much as 50%, thanks to the adoption of LFP cells and new manufacturing techniques, electric MPVs could finally fit your budget as well as your eco-conscious values. But even if you're not shopping for a family hauler, keep your eye on this segment. The innovations developed for these people movers, like bidirectional charging or ultra-quiet cabins, are likely to trickle down into smaller cars, crossovers, and even commercial vehicles. Features such as modular seating, configurable storage, and advanced driver assistance will set new expectations across the industry. And if you're an investor, engineer, or entrepreneur in the automotive space, heed the message from Bloomberg Intelligence. Automakers that can successfully navigate the transition to electric vehicles will be best positioned for long-term growth. So, will Volkswagen's bold strategies and relentless innovation be enough to outmaneuver the SUV and recapture the hearts of family buyers? The honest answer? It won't be easy. The SUV's grip on the public imagination is fierce, but with the right combination of thoughtful design, breakthrough technology, and competitive pricing, the electric MPV could absolutely stage a comeback and even become the smart, cool choice for a new generation of families. As Thomas Schaefer, Volkswagen's CEO, declared with conviction, "We are transforming Volkswagen into a love brand for electric vehicles." This is not just marketing spin, it's a mission statement for the next era of mobility. The battle for the family car of the future is only just beginning, and the outcome will shape how billions of people move, work, and live. And here's a secret from deep inside Wolfsburg. Volkswagen has recently pulled not only the Touran prototypes, but also their original Bully and Buddy concept vans from storage for the first time in more than a decade. Insiders suggest this signals something much bigger, a design revolution that could redefine what a family car looks and feels like in the electric age. Looking ahead, there are even more possibilities on the horizon. Picture a world where breakthroughs in solid-state batteries deliver even longer range and faster charging, where subscription models allow families to swap vehicles based on their needs, or where shared mobility platforms make electric MPVs accessible to everyone, not just those who can afford to buy new. These changes could dramatically alter the landscape, but they all hinge on the choices automakers and families make today. So, what about you? Would you trade your beloved SUV for a high-tech, planet-friendly electric MPV packed with innovative features? Would you embrace a car that's not just a vehicle, but a seamless extension of your home and lifestyle? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon to stay ahead of the curve in global automotive trends.